friends, it's Kim Sparks back for Making Creative Memories in Time. And while today may be Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving everyone. It's also time for my collab with my beautiful friend Nicole Norris over at Recording the Journey with Nicole. Her video is linked down below. And we are continuing this series. Can you believe there's only one left? Only 1 month of this series left. I can't believe it. This year has gone by really quickly. Today, our focus is on Project Recipe 47. And there's lots to love in Project Recipe 47. You can get lots of photos in. You can be decorative. You can do all the fun things. There's so many possibilities with this sketch. I love it. The featured collection on in this book is the Go Fetch collection. And I'm going to give you just a second to look at that. And then I'm going to flip over to the cutting guide so you can see the cutting guide. Now, I am going to be, you know me, sometimes I'm pretty straight by the book and sometimes I make it into my own thing. So I am going to change this up a little. Instead of having these two pieces here that are 4x12, I'm literally pulling scraps from a collection that I desperately want to use, and I don't have enough paper to create. So I'm literally going to use paper scraps, and that's what you see on this side, to make this 2-page layout. And I'm also going to use a little 6x4 page protector that is going to extend this story just a little. So I have that out, and let's just dive in and get started. So I am, and I'm not going to show you all these photos. We'll look at these as we go along. I have just some photos from my now 21-year-old nephew's 2nd birthday, and I am desperately trying to work on his album. And so I wanted to do lots of red because his album was Cars. And when I pulled out these papers, this is the Party Time from January, February 2024. And literally, I'm down to scraps. The only whole piece of decorative paper I have left is this with the red, candy apple red stripes and these banners on the back, other than cardstock. Everything else is just pieces. So what I'm thinking I am going to do is, I think I am going to back my pages with, oh, that piece has been cut. I'll have to pull a piece of candy apple red cardstock. I am going to, and you see I've even got curl the way this has been stored. I hate that for me, but it'll flatten out in a book. So I'm going to gut this and do the white cardstock. Now, there's a lot of red in the photos, and I don't want red to be really dominant. So we're going to gut this, and then to create that 4x12 at the bottom, and I only have one piece of this that would be equal to 4x12, but we're going to cut this in 2 inches. That way I'll have it on both. And then we have this strip. We'll cut this 2 inches and we'll layer over. And then we have these little happy birthday. I think I have 2 of them. Oh, we better check that, friends. I thought we had 2 of them. I'll check in my bag. I'm pretty sure I have another. If not, we'll come up with something different, because I know for a fact that I have 2 of this. So if need be, oh yeah, there's the second one. I knew I had 2. Oh, yay! Don't you love it when you dig around in a bag and like you can use it all? So this little happy birthday will go right inside and separate those 2. I love it. And then, friends, I have pulled some stamps and die cuts. So I definitely will be using this happy birthday, and then I'm going to use the number 2 thin cut because 2nd birthday. And then I'm probably going to do like some texture or some splatter. Maybe since it's a birthday, I may do some stars. but we're going to have some fun with this. So I am going to go ahead and get my paper gutted, get my photos trimmed, trim this paper, and I'll be back so we can assemble this page together. Okay, friends, so I have die cut what I need. I've got my paper pieces cut. I've got my photos mounted, or not mounted, but matted. So let's get started putting this page together. I'm just going to move these things off, if I can, to the side. And so I ended up cutting these papers at 1.5 because I didn't hardly have 4 inches. And so what I decided to do is do like 1.5, and then I cut off the 1/2 inch on the edge, and then we'll put in this happy birthday strip. And then these pieces are at 2 inches. So we're going to be heavy at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get these adhered. I'm going to work on this page and then this page. And I'm going to bring this up to 1/2 inch from the bottom of the red cardstock. And hopefully I'm going to keep my white space. Hopefully, friends. It has been, I don't know about you guys, it has been so crazy busy. And I know that when Nicole was talking with you, like Nicole has had some really busy time right now as well. My dad had been since, well, it had been ongoing throughout 2025. We just didn't find out until August or mid-July that my dad had cancer. And so we have undergone surgery, we've undergone treatment, and praise God, we think we're on the road to recovery now. So if you're wondering why I haven't been around a lot, my dad has been my priority. And as with any of us, that's how it would be. Nicole's had some big things going on in her family too. Some things to celebrate. So we're just happy you're here with us on this Thanksgiving Day. And hopefully you guys are getting an opportunity to be with your family and friends and celebrate. Hopefully. Well, I don't guess it matters now if I'm lined up on my mat. I just need to line up here against this paper. So this is basically, because this is 1/2 inch, so I'm basically doing the 4 inch piece. I just cut it into strips, if that makes sense to you, friends. Just cut it into strips, okay? So there are our, and I'm just going to butt these up next to one another. Now, don't worry about that curl. That will go down once we are in an album. So here's what I'm thinking about doing, friends. I'm thinking about, and I matted these photos. You guys know how I like to do, in this particular case, 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then the white mat is a 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then the blue mat is an actual true 4 by 6. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to let this, we're just going to play. We're just going to play with this for a minute. This is hilarious, and I'll tell you why this is hilarious. Because he got a little toy chainsaw, and he's wearing goggles, and he was pretending to cut his back apart. So, yeah, that was a little bit funny. Not, but a little bit. So, I'm thinking about, how am I going to do this? And I may end up putting, I don't really want another photo there. And instead of my title happening here, I think what's going to happen is my happy second birthday is going to sort of go here. Let's put in our, let's do it like this. I think my title is going to happen over here. Let me see if I can find my tweezers. There they are. Hopefully you guys are having some good weather. On the day that I am filming this, we are getting ready to get storms in my neck of the woods. And then I'm going to let the two sort of go like this, and then we're going to stamp second. I love it. I love it. And then the 1/2 inch I cut off of this side and this side of the white paper can end up being journaling spots. And by them being chunkier journaling spots, you're going to be able to see them down here. So over here, I'm thinking I may overlay these photos just a little. And then what I'm thinking I may do up here is I have some balloons that I can stamp. Oh, there they are. I have some balloons that I can stamp coming out. I also have the die cut if I wanted to stamp and die cut, but I think I'm going to stamp them directly to the page. And as far as texture, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know that I'm going to do the texture. So, and then I'll have journal spot right here with these. So I do think I'm going to stamp up in here some, let's pull stickers too. Let's see, I'm almost out of the stickers, friends. Like, the sticker sheet is almost empty, but let's see what we have. Ooh, we have happy birthday, but that's too bold for me. Oh, I like this party animal. I could put this right over his, oh, birthday guy. And it's pink, but birthday guy. Happy birthday to you and many more. Then we have this little confetti banner. We may do the little confetti banner right here. And then stamp the balloons right here. Make a birthday wish. I like that. But I really want journal space. So basically my embellishment is going to be here. I may have a little something down here. I really don't know what, because this is busy. So it's going to be embellishment here, embellishment here. We're going to forego the visual triangle because this is a lot, right? This is a lot. I get it. So let's move this page more this way, and let's start stamping our balloons. And I'm going to stand up to stamp this. I have a new, you guys know I love my microfiber. I have a new one because my other one just got really ratty. It just got really, really ratty. So we are going to come right under with a little foam mat. And we're just going to stamp a little birthday cluster right here. And we're going to start out, let's do red in the center and season that up. Just, I have used it before, but we just want to make sure that we're, and this, it doesn't matter if they're straight or not, because balloons just sort of float and do their thing, right? So let's let the red one be a little bit higher. Okay. Mix just a little bit of water on there, and I just wipe that down. Okay, and then I should have let the heart be in red, but that's okay. Then we're going to come in with Bluebird, and Bluebird is the color blue paper we're using. And I should have let the heart be in the middle, but we're okay, friends. This one is a stripe. And we're going to let this one sort of be... And when we get to this, if we, like when we actually start decorating, before we adhere our photo down, if we see that we need to add in a couple more balloons, we can add in a couple more balloons. That's the wonderful thing about using stamps to decorate. And if you are following Nicole and myself, and you have stamps, pull your stamps out and use them, friends. Don't just let them sit. Pull them out and use them. We love our stamps, and they deserve to be used. Now we're going to pull in some black, and we're going to do the little... That one is stained black. The little strings. Cute, cute, cute. I had used, on that one, I probably had used intense black. And this one just sort of has a little loop right in the middle. How, oh, got a little bit right there. That's okay. How cute is that, friends? I'm loving it. Now, we're going to leave these out because we may come back to them. Let me go ahead and get this. And let's get back in frame. My desk just is not wide enough for all the fun things that I do with you guys. It's just not wide enough. So let's go ahead and sort of get this page, the left page, glued down, adhered. I love it when I have literally scraps and I can work with literally scraps. I love it. Okay. Why am I feeling like that's crooked? Because it is, my dear, it is crooked. Sometimes I love to create and talk to you guys about design element, and sometimes it's just about creating, right? And that's what's happening today. Today is just about creating. Now we're going to have journal spot down here, and I think I did get a smidge right there. I think I have a white gel pen. Thought I had a white gel pen out. I will use a little gel pen over that, or I could put a little sticker. We'll see what happens there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this adhered. I am sort of feverishly trying to finish my nephew's 2006 album. Sort of feverishly trying to finish it. And I needed to do his birthday. So let me explain. Some of these photos are glossy and some are not. So when I was going through photos that I had already printed way back in the day, when I thought I was going to scrapbook these right away, yeah, some were glossy, and then some are printed from my Picture-Mate 400. So let's look. I'm just looking to see. I think I'm going to do this little confetti banner, but I think I'm going to let all of my little confetti sort of be the same. I don't want to mix and match. I think I may need 4. going to start right here. And if I need to come back in with more, I can. And I may need to do that. Do this little banner. And I'm going to draw a little line with my pen. So let's move these if we can. Very gently so we don't tear the paper. So I hope that you guys have had a wonderful 2025. I'm still struggling with the notion of only 1 month left of 2025. Like, time has definitely been a thief. My aunt and I were talking about this earlier this week, about how that when we were little, like when we were younger, it seemed like it took forever for, oh, I like this party animal. Let's use this party animal. It seemed like it took forever for Halloween to get here. And then after Halloween got here, it seemed like it took forever for, and the only reason I'm doing this is to sort of hide some of that black that got on my white paper. But when we were little, it seemed like it took forever for Halloween to get here. Then it seemed like it took forever for Thanksgiving. And then forever for Christmas. And then now that we're older, it's just like, what? What? Now, I know this is pink. But we're going to do this birthday guy right here. And this photo, it even has a little blur. And I don't care. I'm good with that. So let's go ahead before I forget. And we are going to outline. So we're going to do a little loop right here and make a little loop to sort of mimic that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come right in between so that it looks like, and because you can't really see them, I think I'm going to outline them. Because they really just don't show up. And just very gently, I'm tracing around them slowly so I don't make any boo-boos. And that's really going to define that banner and allow it to stand out. And now what I may do, friends, I did get a little thick right there. So to make it look sort of even, let's thicken the whole thing up. We'll just sort of thicken the whole thing up, and that way it looks, and it doesn't have to be even, because then it really will look like a piece of twine or string. And we may even add a few little splatters. Okay, so there we go. Now let's make sure. Okay, this one should go pretty easy, pretty quickly. So we're going to adhere this one down. I'm going to line these up so that we can tell. We want this little bit of balance right here on our page. I'm loving it. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull in our... Now, I could put a little glue down, but I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do to make that doodle work. Over here, we're not going to doodle around happy and birthday. We're just going to doodle around the two. But let's get our birthday glue down first. And you guys know how I feel about Barely Arts. Barely Arts is, and I'm sure that if I tried some others, I would feel really happy about some others as well. But Barely Arts is like my favorite liquid glue. You could also, if you have these exact thin cuts and you were making a birthday page, you could totally layer these up. And we're just going to sort of center this. You could totally layer these up like a couple different layers to add some depth and dimension. Love it. And now let's do our happy. And I'm gonna try my best to let this be a little bit of a curve to curve around. And I'm sort of doing this curve freehand, so we know how that may turn out. Just go with it, friends. Just go with it. And another thing to tie all the doodling in, I think I'm going to doodle around the page. Maybe, we'll see. We will see, friends. We will see. I'm just so happy that I am getting my nephew's second birthday. And I did want that to sort of be not necessarily messy, but thick. And we'll do that here too. But let's get our second stamped. Let's see. Let's put this away and let's pull out. We have... And we're going to stamp this in the second birthday. We're going to stamp that in red as well. So let's pull that candy apple red back in. Season this little guy up. Oh, how cute. How cute. Okay, friends, now let's do our doodle around second, and then I do think I'll come back and do a little doodle around the page. we're just going to go around one more time just to thicken it up. Oh, I love it. I love it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little, let me turn it this way. No, let's leave it this way. We're going to do a little, kind of got off a little bit right there, but we'll do like a little loop-de-loop. Because that sort of echoes those. And let's do that over here at the bottom again. Now I've got to decide, is that something I think I want all the way around? No. I think I just want it here at the bottom. See, I got off again, but that's okay, friends. That's the thing about doodling. I love it. Now, here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to come in, one of these had, I think I'm going to do this little star right here. And I think this one is going to be yellow. And we're going to do a large star, and then we're going to come back in with a smaller star in the blue and the red. Like where you would put gems. And now let's come in with some red. Oh, we didn't get it all there, friends. Let's see if, and sorry if my head gets in here, friends. There we go. Oh, I love it. Now, I do think I want a little bit of splatter. And I think what I'm going to do for my splatter is, I think I'm going to come in with a little bit of black and a little bit of water. My water bottle has a clog in it. That hopefully will dry. I can edit that out, but I'm going to leave that there and show you guys. I mean, little things happen. I'm going to have to soak my water. I think something is up with my water bottle. It doesn't want to spray. I just used tap water. So, oh, and you know what? I forgot that those are picture mate photos, and you know how that happens. So there we go, friends, a few little splatters. And let me pull the book back out so you can see. I kind of stayed a little bit true to this didn't realize I'd gotten off camera there. Sorry. I kind of stayed a little bit true to the design a little. And then there's your cutting guide. And this is project recipe number 47. Let me hold this up so you can sort of see some of that doodle and stamping. Kind of fun. And this will dry. It just may have a little pink spot, which if that's the case, I'll pull that sticker sheet out and we'll embellish with the sticker over. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this project recipe on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day. Be sure to check out my sweet friend Nicole's video linked below, Recording the Journey with Nicole. And we can't wait to see you next month. Happy scrapping, friends.